Hey guys, just some quick comments today. Just wanted to share a few things. One of them is they ate the eggs off of that post. So it's the second time that I know of that those two have spawned. Sorry for the bad glare, bright sunlight coming in. But anyway, it's the second time they've spawned. Still fingers crossed on that. These crazy guys, when I moved them into the 120, you can see the German blue rams. They're protecting this area right in here, which is a sign that they're going to nest in that area. They're very aggressively running anyone out of that space and patrolling it, and that's kind of what cichlids do. So just a heads up on that. And this channel, my channel is really just kind of almost like a video log, if you would. So if you go back and watch like the very first videos, or as it progresses along, you'll basically see when I got this 120, decisions that were made, how I set it up. I think 2 years ago around Christmas, you're going to see where I set this tank up, and then there's a video out here where I set this up, I think last Christmas. Sort of like that, but just kind of letting you guys know, appreciate all the new subscribers. Appreciate everybody asking great questions. But if you're new to the hobby or you're considering it, you can kind of browse through there over weeks or months and get an idea of the changes and things I did that worked and things I did that didn't work. So, and always something to learn. But one of the things I'm going to try once it gets warmer and football season's over, this right here, this scratch is on the outside. I can feel it with my fingernail. I don't want to buff this because the tank is filled. But there is like Walmart, a lot of the AutoZone, different places sell like it's kind of a clear resin that you can use to fix cracks and scratches on windshields. And I think I can fill that in, and what it'll do is it'll just get in there and keep that from refracting the light. So that's the hope. And this guy back here is doing better. More blue, not black. Good color. This tank, and again, I apologize for the glare, but this tank, I do maintenance every week on this tank and that tank, and it involves those hoses right there on the ground, and it involves water changes of 50 to 60%. So just so you guys know, that's what I do. Discus like to eat a lot, so it's kind of like if you have a small yard and you have a big dog that eats a lot, you can imagine there's a lot to clean up, or you have to watch where you step. So that kind of thing, but it works well. I'm not more cichlid aggression over here. I don't know what these two are doing. But no complaints. Everybody asked about the Amazon puffer. No complaints, all is well. This tank here, if you want a low maintenance tank, I would highly recommend something with LEDs. This kind of attached filter on the back, because there's just not that much to do here, and shrimp. So you can feed them, you can watch them, they're entertaining. But if you have the freshwater shrimp, they have zero bioload, and by that I just mean you don't have the issues that you have when you have fish. The big problem when you have a lot of fish, the key item, and she's looking a lot better, by the way, if you notice. She's looking 10 times better, actually. But the key item when you have a lot of fish are different than us in the fact that the way that they get rid of ammonia from their body, they don't remove it as a liquid like you would, or as humans, or mammals, things that live outside of the water. They actually remove ammonia through their gills. They breathe it out. And for them to breathe it out, there are certain water parameters that have to be a certain way for them to get rid of that. And so one of the things, if you're new to the hobby, I use these every now and then whenever I'm trying to figure out what's going on. But this right here, see, notice this is ammonia. It's for fresh and salt water. But this strip right here, if I see a fish breathing heavy, and I'm worried about maybe, somebody overfed or something's happened where I've had to travel and I come back, this is a great way to figure out if things are out of whack. This will kill fish quicker than anything, and you don't have to have much of it. So if you notice, I got to take my glasses off, old age, but if you notice, 0.5 parts per million is safe. If you get to 1 part per million in your water of ammonia, your fish are in stress. You go to 3, and you've got dead fish. So this is usually the first thing that gets people, because they don't think they have to do water changes. Water changes are a must. The more complicated your tank, the more stuff you have in it, the more you need to do water changes. If you go look at reef tanks, and a lot of guys that do salt water and they have high-end expensive stuff, they actually will plumb in a huge plastic tank of salt water that will constantly blend in fresh salt water, and purge off other water that's been in the tank to the drain. So, that might be something for me to consider down the road. I don't know. We'll see. But the other thing that I do, and I really like these Easy Strip test kits by Tetra out of Germany. But the thing I like about them is they can just sit there forever, and I don't have to. You get this little color code. But I don't worry about the chemicals that you have for the other stuff. If you have the fluid test kits, they have a shelf life of so long. The test strips, the shelf life's not really an issue. So, and they work really well. And I just make sure I get a high quality one. There are some cheaper ones out there that I would not recommend, but that's a good one. But I thought I'd bring that up, and I don't know what's up with these two. I don't know if you can see them. Got to get the glare off. These two right here are just interesting fish. All right. Well, hey, you guys be good. I got some work to do today. Sorry for the long update and the glare. Always something. But hey, you guys have a great weekend. Hope everybody's enjoying their fish tanks and enjoying the hobby. Take care. Later.